Thank you everyone for joining me tonight. My name is Nim Lalvani, and I am the director of the American Migraine Foundation. Before I dive into tonight's talk, I want to go over some general housekeeping. We will be having a Q&A session after my talk, so please feel free to submit your questions, knowing that I will be answering them towards the end. If you have specific questions that I am unable to cover, we'll be sure to get you the information you need after the discussion. For those of you just tuning in, again, my name is Nim Lalvani, and I'm the director of the American Migraine Foundation, and I'm speaking with you tonight so that you can learn more about me and hear what AMF has been up to and where we're headed. It brings me great pleasure to be a part of the American Migraine Foundation. In the short time that I've been a part of AMF, I've learned that this is an incredibly strong and vibrant community full of support, expertise, and commitment to helping those living with migraine. It is truly exciting to be a part of such a momentous organization and to be connected to a community that helps inform the path that we are headed on. So who am I? Well, I was born and raised in New York, and I am now living in Philadelphia. I have a dog named Wookie, and yes, that is a Star Wars reference for all my Star Wars geeks out there. I am a geek as well. I also have a cat named Nugget. I have a wonderfully supportive family and an equally geeky husband. As for my professional background, I've been working in the nonprofit space and patient advocacy space for upwards of 12 plus years, with an educational background in public health and a strong career focus in patient engagement. I've worked across various disease states like diabetes, breast cancer, kidney disease, and HIV, to name a few. And I've worked in organizations like Young Survival Coalition and the National Kidney Foundation and the New York State Health Foundation. I've specifically focused my career on designing and providing the right tools and resources for patients at the times that they need it most. I've also spent a large portion of my professional career focusing on amplifying the patient voice in research and therapeutic development at both the national and international levels. Nationally, I worked with the FDA to provide guidance on involving patients sooner in the drug development process. And internationally, serving as a committee member for the Patient-Focused Medicine Development, a cross-section group working to create implementable patient engagement guidelines for industry, government, and advocacy groups. But even more important than my passion and commitment to patient advocacy and patient engagement, it's my strong personal connection to migraine. When I was starting out in college, probably around 18 or 19 years old, I started to get what I thought were terribly debilitating and painful headaches. I had no idea what a migraine was, and I never saw anyone around me have a migraine. So I had no idea what I was dealing with, and no one else around me knew what I was dealing with. But what I did know was that was not how I wanted to spend my college years, yet I did. There were times I would press my head against my dorm room wall trying to dull out that throbbing pain in my head, or bury myself under blankets just to find every piece of relief that I could, even for a brief moment. But nothing worked and nothing helped. Eventually, I was hospitalized because of my symptoms, and I was diagnosed with migraine. My neurologist at the time tried me on therapies in hopes of finding me some relief. Fast forward to a decade plus later, and I can still tell some version of this same old story because it still remains true today. I am still living with migraine. However, I am excited to see the progress that has been made in the space and the tremendous effort that AMF has put forth in helping advance research to produce therapies at a faster rate. As you know, the mission for AMF is to drive and support impactful research that translate into treatment advances, as well as mobilize the community for patient support and advocacy. We will be doing more to continue to drive our mission forward by leveraging the expertise that of the American Headache Society and incorporating more of the patient voice. AMF has been and continues to be the leader in creating and providing education to professionals and patients to ensure that information is accessible and credible. In all of its activities, AMF commits to being the go-to source for resources backed by experts in the field and providing a support system for those living with migraine. In 2017, AMF further committed to being your trusted partner when we launched the Move Against Migraine campaign, where we brought migraine to the forefront and worked to establish that migraine is a disabling disease. Since its launch, the Move Against Migraine campaign has provided support by covering topics important to you and ensuring that you have them at your fingertips. And we also provided support to over 16,000 people through our private Facebook group. And that continues to grow each and every day. Members of that private Facebook group turn to their peers to ask questions about quality of life, treatment options, and simply to have a virtual shoulder to lean on, or to just ask for some love and well wishes. This, in my opinion, is the real reason why AMF exists, to be your trusted partner for support, resources, and credible information. We've also launched our partnership program, where we are seeking out the influencers amongst all of organizations in the migraine space to ensure we are harnessing the collective energy and moving research ahead and advancing treatments. We have successfully engaged and partnered with over 28 organizations and are actively working to collaborate and share our experiences to better reach the 37 million Americans living with migraine. The Move Against Migraine campaign and partner program is just the beginning. It's just the beginning of moving the needle forward in the migraine disease space. We are actively advocating and engaging across all channels to ensure the public is aware that migraine is a disabling disease. As many of you know, through your own participation, AMF engaged with its leadership to respond to the Elle migraine pose by writing to Nina Garcia, the editor-in-chief of Elle magazine. We served as the collective voice for our community and informed the public that migraine should not be taken lightly or out of context. Thanks to our leadership and your support, this reached over 60,000 people on social media alone. AMF is committed to expanding our reach, meaning we are committed to helping more people living with migraine get connected to the support and resources that they need. As with all the tools, resources, and education that we have provided, we will continue to innovate ways to bring you the experts from the field right to your fingertips, helping you access support, science, research, and clinical expertise all under one roof. We are also continuing to open the doors of communication by reaching out to the government, industry, and other health-minded organizations to ensure the patient voice is included and accounted for at the research policy and clinical levels. AMF knows the power of the patient voice, and we are here to be your platform. It is my goal to ensure that no person living with migraine is alone in the dark, and that AMF is not only supporting individuals with migraine, but families, friends, and loved ones who care for those living with migraine. Each of you that support AMF, whether by sharing our tools and our resources, sharing your story to shine a light on migraine as a disabling disease, or simply just connecting with us when you can, you are the real drivers of change. I am truly honored and proud to be a part of this community because together we are as relentless as migraine.